Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory belong to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the awful elect. Alright? The men that are pushing this truth in the four corners and highways and byways, in utmost truth and in sincerity, and risking their life to do so. Alright? More so in these latter times. Alright? Now, this is the brother Yakal coming at you with another lesson. To the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. And this lesson is going to be entitled, The Laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are perfect. Alright? The laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are perfect. Don't despise the law of the Most High. Alright? Now this is Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. It says, Wherefore is the law holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. Alright? It says, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. Alright, they tell you that the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High are holy. Alright? They're just, they're good, they're perfect. Alright? There's absolutely nothing wrong with the laws and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Yeah, because when you read in Hebrews chapter 8, let me see if I could find a direct verse. It basically breaks down how, the scripture talk about how Hebrews chapter 8. Yeah, Hebrews chapter 8, it gives you that breakdown of how, how the fault that was in the first covenant was not the law. The law was not the fault. Alright? Now let me jump up to around verse 8 and verse 7. It says, For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. Alright? So there was a fault in the first covenant. Alright, verse 8, it says, For finding fault with them who? Them, the men. Alright, the men, the fault was that we were in this flesh. Alright, it says, for finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regard them not, said Yahweh. Alright? 10, it says, For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. Alright, 11, it says, And they shall not teach every man. So basically, in the new covenant, alright, the law, statutes, and commandments will remain the same. But what's the change? The change is that we will no longer be in this flesh, in this carnal flesh. Alright? We will receive new bodies. Alright? And the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written in our inward parts, in our mind. Alright, that we will not sin anymore. And that show you that the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High are perfect. Alright? That's what make you perfect. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? It says, Slack. Yeah, it says, And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest, and I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquity will I remember no more. In that he said, A new covenant, he had made the first old. Now that which decayed and waxeth old is ready to vanish. Alright? let's jump to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 18. It says Matthew 5 verse 17, it says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." 18, "For verily I say unto you," because these Christians, they think that that the Lord Yahushua Salakia, they think that the Lord Yahushua, he came, to bring an end to the law of the Mosai. They think that because of him, they no longer have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Alright? But that's a lie. Alright? And that's them saying, the law was imperfect. Alright? But the law is perfect. Alright? And we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Mosai. Alright? And like we read in the scripture in Hebrews chapter 8, the new covenant that the Mosai had made with the house of Israel, the law, statutes, and commandments is still there. Alright? The thing that was imperfect, or the thing that had the fault, the Mosai had cast it away. Alright? The Mosai say, hey, I will change their bodies. Alright? And write it in their inward parts, in their minds. So that they will remember and do my laws and my ordinances. You see? So that's completely off. It says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled." You see? And that tell you clearly that the law will never pass away. Alright? Everything that is imperfect and everything that has fault in it, the Mosai is going to do away with it. Alright? Just like this man's kingdom right now, Esau's kingdom right now. There's blood. There's this unrighteous dealing. Alright? There's treacherousness in this system. Salaki, if I say the word incorrectly, but this system is straight wicked. And what the Mosai say, I'm going to destroy this place, with turmoil, nuclear destruction. Alright? And then build that new Jerusalem. You see? And build a new kingdom. Alright? Which is the Mosai, doing away with everything that is imperfect or everything that has a fault. Alright? These carnal bodies that we in, they tend or gender to sin. We go off because we in this flesh. So the Mosai say, hey, I'll give you new bodies. That you won't go off again. Alright? It says, this is the point. So let me get 2nd Esdras 9 and 30. Yeah, 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 30 says, I read from verse 28. It says, "And I opened my mouth and began to talk before the Mosai and said, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thou that showest thyself unto us, thou was showed unto our fathers in the wilderness, in a place where no man treaded, in a barren place, when they came out of Egypt." Alright? "And thou speakest, saying, Hear me, O Israel, and mark my words, thou seed of Jacob. For behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever." Alright? And that's plain, because the scripture say in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 1, it say, "Hearken unto the Mosai. If ye hearken unto the Mosai, he shall set you on high above all nations of the earth." Alright? And the fruit the law, statutes, and commandment bringing forth in you is what? Understanding. All right, wisdom and understanding. All right, you see, but our fathers which received the law kept it not, and observed not thy ordinances, and though the fruit of thy law did not perish, and though the fruit of thy law did not perish, neither could it, for it was thine. You see, despite, us not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments back in those days, ain't nothing went wrong with them. They didn't perish. You see, there was no fault in it. All right, and they say neither could it, neither could the law perish, neither could the ordinances, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High perish. You see, it says, for it was thine. It says, yet they that receive it perished, because they kept not the thing that was sown in them. You see, so the nation of Israel perished because they didn't keep what was sown in them, and what was sown in them, the law, statutes, and commandments. You see, this was sown in them to be what? A perpetual law unto them. You see, you see, and lo, it is a custom when the ground had received seed, and the sea, a ship, or any vessel, meat or drink, that being perished wherein it was sown and cast into, the thing also which was sown or cast therein or received doth perish, and remaineth not with us. All right, take for example, if you have a jar and you pour salt into it. All right, and when you let's say the jar break. All right, the salt also would perish. All right, the salt would spill all over the place. All right, take some wine and put it into a bottle, and the bottle breaks. Hey, the wine is no good, because it's gonna spill all over the place. All right, but here it says, but with us it had not happened so. All right, meaning what? The law, statutes, and commandments being sown in us. All right, being given to us, and we perished, but the law, the statutes, and commandments didn't perish. It was still intact, 100%. You see, and those are the same laws that the Most High is going to imprint into our inward man, into our inner parts, into our mind. Those are the same laws. All right, according to the new covenant, those are the same laws that the Most High is going to put in our inward parts. You see, it says, for we that had received the law perished by sin, and our art also which received it. Notwithstanding, the law perished not, but remaineth in its force. And that show you that the law of the Most High is perfect, 100%. You see, the issue is us. The issue is this flesh. The issue is this flesh. You see, it says, that's the point. So, Lord will let this lesson was already fine. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. All right, all praise, honor, and glory belong to Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, Basham Makakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the awfully elect. Shalom.